Sports Talk with Alex and Felix. We're live today. This is week 16, folks. Week 16 in the NFL. It's only a couple of weeks left before we wrap up the regular season. Um, Yesterday's games, I'm hoping that everyone had a chance to watch some football yesterday, but I got to tell you, very entertaining. The Eagles look like they were in their championship form from last year in yesterday's game against the Commanders. And then you had the Bears and the Packers, the most classic matchup between NFL teams, those two division rivals fighting for a top spot in the division. And what a game. Can't went to overtime, how it came down. Magnificent game. So we're hoping that today we'll have more of that with the games today. And so, Alex, what was your thoughts about your victory yesterday for your Eagles?
Yeah, yeah, we know the cup, but we're not uh, uh, more uh, the more attack game of the year so far. The Buffalo and Eagles and can't get down over. We're Buffalo. That is a big game. We're all waiting to see that we can see of the we can't wait for that. But yeah, yeah, I even move on to that we can be focused that we be all after that we the put on.
Yeah. Now the Eagles did something that hasn't been done in the NFC East for an extremely long time. It's
Yeah,
very rare. A
yeah,
matter of fact, which was to be division champs back to back. So not only are they the first team to clinch their division so far in this 2025 season, but they dominated their division. Unfortunately, their division was riddled with injuries and just poor decision making. And as we know from one of those teams in that division who played some good football, but just couldn't get it done. So kudos to the Eagles. So right now they look like I mean, literally, Barkley looked like he did last year. He ran well over 100 yards yesterday against the Commanders. Classic fashion, 100%. And then, that Packers uh, Bears game was pretty interesting as well, how it unraveled and came down to overtime.
It was pretty hot. I took a full without me to go. You know what? That cut that 5 minutes ago. That's how it cut that 2 minutes ago. Again, that's how it cut that. That a minute to 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 do. That game, yeah, that it was unbelievable. Uh, 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 we all freak out. Uh, 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 I don't know at the bell and freak out about the win. Uh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So we got some great matchups today. And then just for folks who know, we're going into week 17 after, obviously, but you're going to have football almost every night of the week next week, starting on Thursday night football, which is Christmas Day, folks. Um, yeah. So it looked like the NFL is cooking up some good stuff for you for week 17 as well before we go into the last week of football. So we're going to talk about week 16 today and do our picks. And then we'll give some kudos to some other sporting events that took place
Ah,
over the last couple of days.
before we make a pick, how do you feel about I thought that they are fucking Thursday night game.
The Thursday night game was that was something with Seattle and the Rams. Primetime game. The way the ball got tipped, and then the way it unfolded. Just again, exciting football from the NFL. I know people was very suspicious and disappointed how that one with the 2 point conversion, how that ended up with Seattle and the Rams, but um, the game itself, amazing. And even in college, the college games that took place over the last couple of days, very entertaining. Alabama, Rolling Tides, was getting beat up almost the entire game, and then they came back. The quarterback kept their poise. Incredible. Um, I mean, right now football is just cooking up some stuff. I mean, very impressive what's happening. So, whether you're watching on the college level or professional level, if you're a fan of football, you got to be entertained with what's happening right now. Thank you for tuning in. Our guests are starting to put comments in, and um, yeah, we appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much. So let's take a look at some of these games that's going to be happening today. 1 o'clock games. First up is Bills versus Browns. There is some history between these two teams, especially in the playoffs. If anybody ever followed these two teams, if you're from either one of these cities, um, can Josh Allen uh, move on from the Browns, or would the Browns get an upset here?
This game would be too often. I put out. I'll go back to that. I believe it's gonna be put out, but 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 I feel but the feel feel but the outlay if we play a buffer deal you not a great team every year you better move out of the way because they come uh, 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 we know that I don't need time of a game to to heat up. That's the time of a game to heat up. So yeah, I believe the game gonna be able to win over the Browns. How about you?
I'm gonna go with the Bills here. I think the Bills realize, what's happening right now in the league, and so I think they need to handle their business, and I think they will against the Browns. Next up is the Vikings and Giants. Obviously, both these two teams are eliminated, but they're squaring off today at 1 o'clock. Who you got, Giants or Vikings?
Yeah, can you win, uh, make make the fans really upset? What that? That is a big question.
Yeah, well, the big question is, remember last year they hurt themselves
Yeah,
and they got that victory over the Colts when it came to
yeah,
drafting. So I don't know if Giant fans really want the Giants to win any more games to close out the season because of where they will be, um, you know, fall in place at the draft. So my guess, I'm going to go with the Vikings here. I think the Vikings get a victory over the Giants. Okay, next up, Chiefs Titans. The Chiefs don't have no Patrick Mahomes. Last week he got
yeah,
injured. So he is out for the rest of the season. Um, and of course the Chiefs are also eliminated from the playoffs.
yeah.
So
Sometimes, sometimes the mom could come easily. Yeah, yeah. The over the Dolphins team. Uh, a big team. I or make it make it we love uh having you people um having you people in the playoff. But that's what me kept it hang a point of the in the game. So I believe it will take the L and that one.
Okay. I'm gonna go with the Chiefs here. I think even though without Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid will have his team prepared against the Titans. I think they will be cautious though with their starters though at this point to try to finish out this season without any more injuries. So I think they will be picky on who will play um, to just try to get through these next few weeks. Okay, Chargers Cowboys. Now we know that the Chargers is fighting for a spot in the playoffs and possibly, keeping up with the Broncos. They're playing against the Cowboys who have been eliminated. So who's your pick here?
Yeah, this game for to keep up with the Broncos. Uh, uh, yeah, yeah, the Broncos. Not now, not now. That's the you, you, you make it interesting. Okay,
Hmm.
you make it interesting for don't not win. This could make it interesting for our team to get in.
Yes, we're college fans as well.
Yeah, we are.
So yes, we are.
Um, yeah, we are.
Um, and you know, my choice here with the Cowboys and Chargers, I'm gonna again think the Chargers understand, what's happening right now. Is positioning for the playoffs, meaning, who's gonna have at least a game at home. Um, so I think they want to keep pace with the Bills and everybody else. I think they'll handle the business against the Cowboys. Um, Bucks and Panthers. This is for this division. No doubt there's still 2 more weeks to go. And I think they got to square off again at the very end of the season. So, but this might be the one that might put the dagger in one of the other. So who gets the victory today?
Yeah, the room is for the person. The bucket. The game could be could be a point. Could be an for 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 the yeah, yeah, yeah. This hurt me. That too. Football, but that's too. Football is. In the person don't win the game. And don't win that game. The person out. And the Buccaneers get in. If the Buccaneers don't win the game and win the next two, yeah, they got big Buccaneers. So yeah, this game is really important. But that's part of me. I believe it got big Canada Panther to get the win.
Yeah, this is a tough one for me. Bucks and Panthers because the Bucks just recently lost the game, and so I want to say they want to bounce back and take care of the Panthers here today. But my instinct is telling me that the Panthers have been looking for this fight because they knew this was coming, and so I think that this is going to be an exciting game today between these two. So I'm going to go with the Panthers here. Okay, next 1 o'clock game is Patriots and Ravens. So if there's any Patriots and Ravens fans out there, you got a great matchup today. Uh, give a shout out to your team here in the comments if you're a Patriots or a Ravens fan. So who you got, Patriots or Ravens?
Well, well, this game, this game is gonna be a good game because it was a mini playoff game. It's a mini playoff game for for the Patriots. They are really competing with the Denver Broncos for that number one star. Okay,
Uh-huh.
Can we see the Baltimore Ravens get up there and maybe Pittsburgh lose the game uh this, this week? I believe so. I I call it this. I call it this. Give me Baltimore to the game and give me somebody else over Pittsburgh.
Okay. I'm gonna go with the Patriots here. In this game, I do believe this game's gonna be entertaining. If the Ravens get this win, obviously this keeps them in pace with the Steelers because they're also just like the Bucks and
Yeah,
Panthers are so close in numbers. One or the two of them are gonna have to be officially the victor of the division and make it into the playoffs. So I'll take the Patriots though. Okay, the last 1 o'clock game for Jets fans and Saints fans. Jets Saints. Who do you got?
I believe it's gonna be the Jets. I believe the Jets will win this game.
Okay. Um. uh, you know
The,
what? I'll take the Jets over the Saints. I think they'll get this victory. Um. Okay. And so now your 4 o'clock games. You got Jacksonville and Broncos squaring off. Now this, I mean, if this is the game right here, I think of the day. This game has got to be off the charts between these two. Fans screaming crazy in the stadiums, just carrying on excitement. I don't know. What do you think?
I know a tough game for Jacksonville. Uh, that's a tough. I mean, Jacksonville will beat the to compete. But yeah, yeah, this Barker team this year, it different. It different compared to that year. So yeah, give me it gonna be Denver Broncos to win the game.
Okay. I'm gonna go with the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think I'll go out on a limb and they get an upset. I think magically this game is gonna be a magical game, just like that Packers Bears game was yesterday. And I think you're gonna see an exciting matchup today at 4:05. Okay, so you have Falcons Cardinals squaring off. These two teams, they kind of don't usually cross paths that often. They should more often, but they don't. But you got Falcons and Cardinals. Who do you got?
Yeah, yeah. It's not a good match. You know what? Even if I get the game, give me an answer.
Okay, I'm gonna go with the Cardinals here with a crazy victory, and then you got at 4:25 the Steelers versus the Lions, and obviously both these teams are competing for playoffs spots. And so this is going to be an interesting matchup as well.
Yeah, that's taught me Detroit with that answer. Yeah, they what what and um the bear beat beat Green Bay. The main issue is for Detroit has to win the game. Pittsburgh don't have to win, but 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 it would be nice for Pittsburgh to win and move move the quarter.
Yeah, so we'll see. I mean, look, if the Steelers win, this might be Detroit's elimination. If Detroit wins, then this could be a dagger for the Packers. So we got to be careful
Yeah,
of what's going to happen here. This is a very important game for today. And so, okay, the last 4:25 game is Raiders versus Texans. Raiders were heavily disappointed in the way they performed against the Eagles. No, for real, as a complete organization, not just the ownership and coaches and stuff, but also the players. They were really, hurt by their own performance that they didn't perform well against the Eagles, and they got 0 points on the board. Um, we'll see if they're a little bit motivated here. The Texans, on the other hand, they're also competing for a playoff spot and in within their division. So uh so depending on what happens with Colts, Jags, and themselves, we could see a switch in who's gonna end up with that division. So um who you got? Texans or Raiders?
Yeah, that's the sort of meat you gotta be. That's the sort of meat you gotta be picking out. All out. They gotta figure out what is probably coming up often the season of football. But yeah, that's taught me you ain't hurt the league, but that's the root. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go with the Texans here as well. Okay, so the primetime game for tonight is the Dolphins versus the Bengals. If you haven't known, the Dolphins announced that they were benching
Yeah.
Tua. So yes, even with the big contract he has, we kind of foreseen this coming. At first, it was a debate would they really do it or not because of the contract he has. But at this point in time, they know that they have to go in a different direction. And so he will not be playing in this game. And you got Joe Burrow and the Bengals squaring off against these guys prime time. So
Well, yeah, yeah, and not good, and not good in that game, but that's the sort of thing that I think will play, but uh, but give me a bit a bigger look at the play. So give me the that go.
okay. I will agree. I would also agree that the Bengals will go on to win that game. I do think it is a good matchup, even though neither one of them are playoff bound. Um, and then, of course, for Monday Night Football, you have the Colts squaring off against the 49ers. This I would have liked to seen with Daniel at the helm here, but unfortunately, we don't have that. We got Philip Rivers starting his second game, squaring off against the 49ers. So, um, 49ers is trying to keep pace with the hot Seattle Seahawks and the LA Rams.
Yeah, yeah. I think we will almost win that week. Uh, cause I said it go, but that and you know I think will be really cold to win the game, but I believe the something that I will win the game. The making that game tomorrow on that game.
Okay. I'm gonna play it safe. I'm gonna pick the 49ers here.
Yeah,
I would have honestly, I really wanted to see the Colts win, but right now, man, I'm so disappointed the way their season is just unfolding right now. I just can't believe it. Um, then for your holiday games, real quick, folks, your holiday games. Um, Christmas Day, you got Cowboys and Commanders, and you have that's the first game of the day, and then later that evening, at 4:30, you would have Lions versus the Vikings, and then the primetime game for Thursday night football uh, is your Broncos and Chiefs. Is what you got coming up. And then the rest of the week is going to be crazy because, like I told you, you guys going to have football almost every night of the week. after that. And so the NFL is going to fill your belly with a lot of football. That's all I can say. But um, the two games, the Cowboys and Commanders and the Lions and Vikings, are going to be aired on Netflix, folks. Netflix, just so you know. Those two games are going to be on Netflix. So if you're going to be searching and looking for those games, that is where they're going to be. This is only the second year that that Netflix is getting to air the NFL or NFL games on Christmas Day. So just want to keep you guys aware. Now, do you want to do these picks now, Alex, or do you want to?
Here we can do now.
Okay, Cowboys, Commanders. Who you got?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Give me what?
Okay, I'm gonna go with the Cowboys here. I hate to say it, but I'm gonna go with the Cowboys here. Um, then you got Lions versus the Vikings. Who gets the Christmas present?
Detroit.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Detroit. I'm gonna go
Yeah,
with Detroit here, and then the primetime game, Chiefs Broncos.
give me the sparkle.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Broncos here as well. I think the Chiefs are just gonna be heartbroken. No Mahomes. This is just it's not gonna be the same. And even though they know they're eliminated from the playoffs, they would show up and contend. I just think that at this point, the Broncos are gonna come trampling in a herd and just run right over the Chiefs. That's basically how I see it. Okay.
Hey,
Uh as far as other sporting events that took place, if anyone's seen on Netflix, Jake Paul and Anthony Josh, the heavyweight contender, who just lost his title not too long ago. Jake decided to sign him and have this fight, which resulted with Jake not having a good night. Unfortunately, he got put to sleep in that match and came out with some severe injuries. So we have no idea if he's going to continue trying to be in the ring or just stick to being a promoter for the sport of boxing. But as it sits right now, kudos to Anthony Josh for holding up his reputation um, and handling his business in the ring. So uh, for the college games that still remain to come, these bowl games, please stay tuned because I'm telling you, these games are getting crazy. So, all right. Any input, Alex, on any of these other events around the sporting world?
not really, not really, but, I get what you get agree.
My game of the week, like I said, I think is gonna be I think it's gonna be the Jags and Broncos. I think is going to be the game of the week. Even though, yes, that Chicago Bears Packers game started us off, we can't really foresee the future yet because the other teams haven't played yet. But I'm just saying, as far as today go, I'm going with the Jags Broncos as far as game of the week. I believe that's going to be a very entertaining game. I expect to see all kinds of stuff happening in that matchup. Um, some trick plays, all of it. I think it's going to be exciting.
Uh,
Um,
but for me, I got that give me the Baltimore Ravens and the New England Patriots. Those, those two teams are going to bat and fall. People and with the football.
yeah, that's going to be a very interesting matchup. That would have been another choice of mine. Um, if that Chicago and Packers game was today, that would have been my game of the week because they always seem to bring a very entertaining matchup between those two teams. And so, but yeah, right now I'm gonna say these two teams right here, the Jags, they know they have to get a victory if they want to stay keep pace. or stay ahead of the Colts and the Texans because they are on their heels in that division. And plus, I'm pretty sure they want to at least have one game at home in the playoffs if they can. So they might be fighting for a number two seed. So with the Bills or whoever else, so they're gonna have to they gotta hold down their own. So and plus, if these two teams match up again in the playoffs, this is huge. So this is huge. All right, folks. We thank you guys for tuning in. Enjoy football today. Make sure you got your popcorn ready, as they say. Your tailgating, your sausages and hot dogs on the grill, hamburgers, chicken wings, all of it, folks. Blue cheese, all of it. All right. So you guys have um, a blessed weekend. Be safe out there. And if we don't see you before before the holidays, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to all those out there. For everyone, please be safe. Enjoy.